Hello, so today I'm going to be showing you how to script your sprite expressions using the visual editor in Ren'Py. So first, you go to the page, download the file, you go to your new Ren'Py project, put it in here. I already have it in here. I'll delete it for you just so you can see me putting it in. There you go. You go to wherever you downloaded. I have it in my downloads folder. I'm just going to put it back into the game folder. See? Well, that was pretty pointless, but hey. At least I showed you how to do it. So then, it's already installed. You don't have to do anything. It's all done. So here's your blank script. Haven't done anything. This is the default. No changes here, so we're just going to see that. There you go. You created a new Ren'Py game. And now I'm going to show you what it actually looks like. So first, we are going to reload the game. We're going to press Shift D. That's going to open the developer menu. I did not touch this. This is already in Ren'Py. It's already part of Ren'Py. And so is the interactive director. We're also going to click on that. Interactive director. You can also press D on your keyboard. I'm just going to click on it. And now we're going to see the interactive director. If you don't see it right now, you should press Shift R to make sure auto reload is on. You'll see at the top of the window, it'll say your game like title, and then it'll say auto reload or not auto reload. If it's off, you won't see it. So just make sure. Just press Shift R if you don't see anything. So here's the interactive director. So if you look closely, you'll notice it looks quite similar to your code. That's because, see, here's the label start, scene, and then we have Eileen, and then we have the dialogue. The current line of dialogue we're on right now. If I can press this button to move it out the way. Here's the current line of dialogue we're on. And what this does is it lets you script your game without actually doing any coding. So it's all buttons. Now this is already part of Ren'Py. I have not changed anything here. I'm just showing you that this exists in the first place. Now I'm going to show you what installing that file does. So we can click add, this add button. This will add a new line of code basically. I'm going to press show. So we have a bunch of Ren'Py statements here. I'm going to press show. So I want an image. And now I have a bunch of images I can pick from. So I'm just going to take some of the ones from Tokidoki Tactical Squad by Neff. And because they're already set up as layered images, so they'll be quite nice to use as examples. So let's pick our main character, Iris. There you go, there's Iris. And so this is a new screen. This is new. We can see all our attributes that I've set up, and they're kind of organized into these nice columns. And when we click on them, you can see we have different eyes. We have blush, we can put the blush on. If I don't like it, I click on it again as if I never clicked on it. Or I can press the mouth shapes, and I can see it change live. That's what makes this quite useful, because I don't have to memorize these. Like, I could just click on it and see what changes happen. Here's the brow changes. So, maybe I want to be kind of, some angry face. Like this. Yeah, that's quite angry looking. And then, if I don't like it, I could just cancel. Yeah, nothing will have changed. If I do like it, then I press add. And you can see it's added a line. Show Iris, and it's got all the attribute names. And if you look in the script, it does actually change your script. But I didn't have to type this. I just had to use the interactive director to do it for me. So the interactive director has always existed. You might have not known it was here, but here you go. I'm showing it to you. All I've changed is this menu. So let's say you already have a sprite showing. Don't press add. If you want to edit it, just press this little pencil next to the line that, the sprite you're looking at, that you just changed your expressions. So This is the one we just did, so I'm going to click the pencil. It's going to open up this menu for layered images specifically. This is what you get for downloading the file. It's this nice organized layered image where all the attributes are in columns. You can see the group names. The colors are, kind of nice. The remove is red color, change it to green color, so you can kind of see, you don't accidentally click the wrong button. Red means, deletion, and then changes, something new. It just makes it a bit easier. What does the default look like if you're wondering? Let's see. I can I could just delete the file. Let's just delete the file. I'm going to show you what it looks like without the file, and you're going to realize why you want the file. So I need to force recompile to get rid of the RPYC, because even if I delete RPY, the RPYC still is going to be in there. Okay, so let's just edit this. It's still in there. Let me reload. There you go. So this is what it normally looks like. This is the default interactive director. You can see all the attributes are just in this line, which is a bit, let's just say it's a bit hard to parse through. And, it's a bit, there's no nice colors. Remove, what does remove mean? Now that it's not colored red, that could mean anything. But if we put the lovely file back in here, it's just going to make everything look a lot nicer. And when you're scripting thousands of lines or maybe hundreds of lines, it's these little things that just make everything look a bit nicer. That adds up over time, because you don't want to be thinking when you're scripting expressions. You want to go fast. You don't want to be reloading stuff. You don't want to be looking at cheat sheets. You don't want to be memorizing anything. You just want to, okay, I want this expression, mix, and then I'll change it, and then it changes it. It's that easy. Now there is one more very convenient feature that you get for installing this file. But first we're gonna have to set up some characters. So sorry Eileen, we're gonna say goodbye to you. Let's just get rid of all of that. Don't need Eileen. Let's add Iris as a character. Of course, your name is Iris. My goodness. The autofill. It's getting in the way. Get out of the way. And then we're going to have to tag it. Now, this is quite useful anyway. You want to tag your image tags. So I have my layered images here. Here's how they're all defined. If you want to know how to do, if you don't know how to do this, then I have a layered image video. This is just a very standard layered image called Iris. So that's the image name. So I'm going to tag this character with Iris so that the character is connected to the layered image. And you're going to see how that is very useful in a moment. But let me do everyone else. There's just four main characters from Toki Doki Tactical Squad. And this is going to show you the true power of this little add-on. You're going to see how fast you can do your expressions. How easily you can do them. And you don't have to memorize any more attributes. You could just go in, play your little dress-up game, and for every line of dialogue, basically. So now I need to say some words. I'm going to be very uncreative and say, I'm Iris. I'm Iris, and I'm going to snipe you. I'm just going to add a line of dialogue for all the characters. Or maybe two. Let's do 2 lines of dialogue per character. Got that. Let's just impromptu improvisation. Let's see what Nova. Let's see. Gonna get out of the way. So you can imagine, you have a script and it kind of looks like this. You have the dialogue. let's see, get out the way, or I'll make you go boom. And then Eureka, it's like, oh, you're speaking with me? Or to me. And then, well, Eureka doesn't really talk that much, so let's put a ... there. And then Chica, say, hi, partner. It's a beautiful day. So now imagine you have a script. You have all this dialogue, and now you want to put the expressions in, but expressions are so annoying to do, right? So let's just do that. Let's do a recap. Let's remember what we did. So you press Shift D to open the developer menu. You go to the interactive director. If the interactive director has not shown up yet, then press Shift R to auto reload. So now we can move this up and down depending on if you want to add it the way. So now that we have tagged our dialogue characters with our layered image, iris layered image for the iris character, and we've tagged it, you see above the line of dialogue is this lovely button with a little emoticon, and when we click on it, it's going to open the layered image menu for that sprite. And it knows which sprite to use because we've tagged it. See? I've tagged this iris character with the iris layered image, so it knows which layered image to bring up. So then, I can change the expression. Oh, I click cancel, but you can change the expression. I don't know, something. Maybe we'll be happy for once. Let's open our eyes. Oh, let's just go like this. We're happy now. We'll add a blush here. If the box covers your dialogue, I did put the dialogue over here in the top right. So if you want to quickly see what that dialogue says, unless you can put it up here as well. Depending on which way you like it better. And then, so I'll show you the script. See, I'm Iris, and I'm going to snipe you. Okay, maybe this is a bit too. Okay, maybe she's enjoying that a bit too much. But see, there's no code here. I'm going to press add. No loading. And look, it's added it to the script. Isn't that very convenient? And then we go to the next line of dialogue. Got that? And we can just do it again. So maybe this is more of a serious. To turn off things, you have to press right click. And you can see the code it will use. It puts some of this minus sign on the blush attribute, and that will remove it because we had it earlier. So then, got that. We just add that, and like adds another line of like that expression code. And I'm not doing any coding like in the files themselves. I'm just using the interactive director. And then we move on to here. Now we have Nova. So Nova hasn't been shown yet. So there you go. There's Nova. And you can go through them. So or I'll make you go boom. Maybe like let's widen your eyes. Open your mouth. And like there's Eureka. So then Eureka appears. Says some words. Widen your eyes a bit. Sure. And then what? And then there's Chica. So Chica hasn't shown up yet. Now, of course, if you want to go back, you just roll back using your mouse wheel. Your usual Ren'Py controls. So we just changed Eureka's dialogue. So we showed Eureka, and then we widen our eyes over here. If you want to go back and say, actually, I want to change my expression. Don't add another one. So don't click the emoticon. Just click the little pencil icon, and just edit it as you want. So maybe the brows are more surprised like this. Let's open the mouth if we can, like that. That'll work. So we put change, and then now we'll just edit that line. And there's Chica. Chica isn't here. Well, she'll show up if you click on it. Otherwise, if you do it again, you can just change the expression. Right? So you can imagine how this would change your workflow, how fast you can do your expressions. You don't even need to open your file. You could just go through the entire script with the interactive director. We have this very convenient button now, so you don't have to press add, show, look for the layered image, and then do it. It'll notice it's Chica talking, so here's a button that will just let you change Chica's expression, because, well, that's who's talking, so why wouldn't you? That's obviously who you want to change the expression of. Or you could press the edit button if you've already done something. Yeah, that's the layered image visual editor. Oh, and you might be wondering, okay, why the sprites are being placed automatically, if you notice. Look, see. I haven't put left, right, or anything. That's because I have this auto position installed. Yeah, you can go check that video out if you want to figure out how that works. Otherwise, yeah, you'll have to add in your transforms manually. Which, how do you do that? Well, if you click on here, whenever you're editing expressions, you can click on transform, and then you'll have, center, left, right. So you'd have to place everything manually if you want, or you can install the auto positioner. How convenient. And you don't even have to think about the position anymore. Just, click on the buttons, play your little dress up game, If you have different outfits, that'll also be here. It's just however you set up your layered images, all the groups and attributes are going to be organized here. So yeah, have fun with that. Maybe you'll be able to script your games a bit faster now.